Go High Level has hit the ground running here in Australia. And so if you're looking forward to this next video, it's all about things that are going on in Go High Level, in Walt's experience, what's happening in Australia. So we're really excited to share more of that with the charters. But if you are watching this, what I want to do is shout out one of my sponsors, which is HL Pro Tools. These guys are awesome because they help empower our agency to work with our clients and make sure that they're getting all the support that they need. They're also doing that for others. And so I'm going to drop a link into the bottom of this video where you can check that out for yourself. Now, the cool part about this is I get a bit of a kickback as a thank you from HL Pro Tools, but it doesn't affect your overall price at all. So it means we're both winning, but let's jump into the video. Well, take it away, mate. Let us know what you've been up to. And yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, guys, so thank you, Jarryd. And I actually just want to start by saying thanks to everyone. Like you guys, this move into high level is a massive mental shift for me from an entrepreneur for 20 years and then, coming back into corporate. As I said, learning how to fill out a timesheet again. Jeez, who knew? All that sort of stuff. But I do want to say thanks because this community is just like so welcoming, so amazed, so happy that High Level's investing down here and taking us seriously. And so I just want to say thanks. You guys have been amazing, and we're just getting started, right? So now we get a real voice into corporate. We get a real line directly into the people. I've had so many meetings. Oh my God, meetings! There's thousands of people in this machine, and getting to know who to speak to and do all that kind of stuff. But what's really cool is that Robin, specifically this morning at 1:30 a.m. On my meeting with him, was saying specifically, we want to get close to the user voice. We want to understand, what do the Aussies actually want? What is it that's going to be the biggest needle movers? So they're really, really, really serious about the whole Aussie expansion, internationalization, and there's a whole bunch of stuff to share with you guys. So I cannot deny for a minute that the whole drinking pina coladas and gambling on the cruise ship is false, because it ain't true. It was exactly that over the last couple of weeks. I stayed off the pokies myself. I can't see putting enough money into those things to fund whoever owns those. But my goodness, the people on board the cruise ship were not holding back. Not the high levelers, but all of the Singaporeans and Malaysians. Man, they were piling into the pokies like that's what's keeping that boat afloat. I tell you, it was absolutely a floating casino for sure. Have any of you guys been on cruises? Has anybody done the whole cruise ship thing? Jarryd, yeah.
218.
Everyone. Okay. All right. Yep. Yeah, it was a first for me. So it was a really entertaining experience. But for those of you who have been anything to do with high level, they do it large. They booked out the biggest nightclub in Singapore. They booked that out on the first night, and they brought everybody in. And the whole place, again, if you've ever been to a high level event, you know that they just deck out the place. And so the entire 5-story nightclub was just decked in high level, and just the most insane event. I don't know if you guys have seen who's seen Crazy Rich Asians? Have you guys seen that one? You know that building in Singapore, the really iconic building with the boat on top that they have the wedding in at the end. That's where
Marina Bay Sands.
That's the one. That's the one. That's where they had the nightclub. So that was a pretty good starting point for the whole week. But what was really exciting, and guys, so this is for us. This is for the Aussies. What was really exciting was not that, hey, great, Walt's on board and high level's kicking off in Australia. What was really exciting for me was actually when I met one specific person and he took the lid off what I'm about to share with you guys. They've been working on this for months. They've been working on this for months. This is not a knee-jerk reaction. I think I must have just been the right bloke in the right place at the right time. This is not a knee-jerk reaction. There's so much work that's already been done by High Level for the international expansion into Australia, like literally months and months and months, hundreds of hours already documented of what's going on and what's happening. I'll share a bit of that. Probably the biggest one, and hopefully thumbs up, pump the roof, all that sort of stuff. Probably the biggest one is the data sovereignty, the data residency is on track. They've made the investment. It is eye-watering, and they've bitten that off, and it is on track to be live by Level Up. So it's well and truly underway. As a super geek, as a nerd, I want to go and see it. I know it's just going to be a black box running somewhere in a server farm, but I want to touch it. I want to like, I don't know if I'll be allowed to push any of the buttons, but I want to see it. I want to see inside of a data center. So I told Varun that I wanted to see it, and he just gave me a thumbs up. So I'm like, all right, if that's a yes, I'll take it. It's hopefully I get to go and see what the big box looks like. But the big one, yeah. So data sovereignty is underway, like literally months already into it. Big investment from HighLevel to make that happen, and we'll be live, or is on track to be live by Level Up. So super cool. Point number one. Is that going to make anybody happy? How many of you guys
Yeah.
are chasing government contracts or haven't until now so that you can been waiting for that to come through?
Looks like
Is
government
that
contracts, but I've got a few in the financial services space where they've said they want data sovereignty and they won't go.
fantastic?
It's
So
it's
has it
a
cost you
big thing in
deals,
financial
Tim?
services, that data
Yeah,
sovereignty piece.
Excuse me.
fantastic. Has it cost you deals not having that so far?
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah, I think there'd be a few people within the community that have had that issue for sure.
Fantastic. That's great. So yeah, as soon as it goes live, well, obviously everybody will know about it loud and clear, but you'll have the docs, you'll have the paperwork, you'll be able to sing it loud, man. So yay. First rung on the ladder, just making sure that that is all locked in. So that's a huge one. I've got a whole bunch of notes here to cover off with you guys. So that was a big one. Very super quick story. So guys, they put me on a cruise. My God, I'd been with the company 2 days and they put me on a cruise. So I've made it mandatory that all new HighLevel employees get a cruise, which means all your membership fees are going up. No, just kidding. This was like this was an incredible way to join this company. But guys, did I get an icy reaction? Holy moly. So I got off the plane. The plane was about 45 minutes late. And I had a shuttle bus, like they were picking people up. So they had a guy with a HighLevel sign, welcome to Singapore, blah blah blah, and my name on it. And so as I walked out, there's a guy with a sign there. He goes, "Oh, there's a couple of people in the shuttle bus already waiting." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." Grab the bags and off we go. And as we pop the back of this shuttle bus to throw my suitcase in, one of the people in the bus turns around and goes, "Oh, nice of you to finally show up." And I've gone, "Oh, whoops." And I said, "Oh, look, sorry, plane's been late, like whatever." They'd been sitting in the car with no air conditioning, and it is 40 degrees if it's one, and it's 90% humidity. And these people in the shuttle bus were just like liquid, just drenched. They're just like sitting there. They're like, "No, you cannot start a good impression without air conditioning in Singapore." So I've gone, "Oh, sorry, like bad, plane, whatever." Chucked the thing, jumped in, and they loosened up really quickly. So the next question was, "Oh, so hey, welcome, all that kind of stuff. How long have you?" And this is the question that, like, there's two questions you get asked when you join HighLevel, and it's in this order, and it's every time by every person. So the first question was, "How long have you been with HighLevel?" And I said, "Oh, 2 days," with a big cheeky grin on my face. And the next words that came out of their mouth, Jarryd, I'll keep it PG. I won't swear, but there was swear words involved. The next words that came out of their mouth was, "Okay, who the are you, and what are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm the new senior director of growth in Australia." And as soon as I said senior director, they were like, "Oh, cool, okay, cool, no worries." And they were really icy because some of their team, like these were team leaders on this shuttle bus, some of their team couldn't come to the retreat because they'd only been with HighLevel for 10 months, and you've got to be there for a year before you're allowed to qualify for the retreat. So who's this guy? Come on board. He's been with HighLevel for 2 days. But what was really funny was they made me feel so welcome. Those two people that were on the shuttle ended up being my best mates by the end of the thing. We're still messaging each other now with stupid photos and memes and stuff, and we just laughed for the entire time. It was actually like a great way to break the ice. So it was a nice one. So despite an icy reaction, the welcome from HighLevel for me into Australia was massive. They had a big awards day for all the internal team members, and they stood me up in front of 1,400 of the HighLevelers and talked about Australia, and like the whole place was just exploding and cheering and whatever. And that was really great. But so next story will make you guys feel really great. So one of the days we off the boat, off onto an excursion, go and look at the temples and do all the nice stuff, which was really great. And as we're climbing on the bus, getting on, all that stuff, I sat next to some guy. All right, hi, g'day, how you going? Nice to meet you. And he says, oh, hi, I'm Jeff from project management. And I'm like, oh, project management. I work for a company now that has a project management division. Sweet. I've gone, project management. Great. What does project management do at HighLevel? And he said, we take all of the things that are longer than a task and we just make sure they get done. And I'm like, cool, don't we all need that? We just need a couple of $1 billion worth of investment so that we can all have that. But it was like, cool, give me an example. And he said, well, international expansion and the Australia launch is a great example. And I'm like, oh, okay, you got my attention. And he said, first things first, let me add you to the Google Drive where all of the info is. And I've gone, sweet. So he's added me to the Google Drive and I'm pulling it up on my phone while we're on the bus. And that was it's not, but that felt like that was the last word I said for the next 2 days, because there's so much stuff in this Google Drive, the data, the research, the game plan, the investment strategy, the everything. And I'm like, oh my God. And that's why I want you guys to feel good about this. This is not a knee-jerk reaction. They've been planning this for months. They've earmarked like millions of dollars into the community, and they are just so super serious about this growth. So yeah, very, very cool. So what does that mean for us? What does it mean for the people on the ground, for you guys, for the people who are building it? A bunch, really. Like, first is more visibility. So you'll be seeing me pop up with notifications all the time, and probably seeing a whole bunch of stuff on socials and everywhere that you follow HighLevel stuff. We'll be having they call it Discovery Days. Great question, Brett. They have earmarked Australia, UK, and Canada as their international expansion starting points. The goal is to get a game plan in place, and then once we have a step-by-step game plan, this is what we do day 1, this is what we do day 50, step by step, then the plan is to actually roll it as many places as we possibly can, all through mainland Europe, all through Asia. They're looking to really push it hard. They were looking at the UK very seriously as their kind of, let's get this whole party started. And then I stepped up and they've gone, forget the UK, let's start in Australia and just make it work down there first. And then we'll go down there. So yeah, they're pushing hard in every direction, but Australia is the first place that kind of gets to know that stuff. So cool. Yeah. So first thing first, events. We're looking at, I mentioned it as a vision when I popped in a couple of weeks ago. Again, thank you, Jarryd. My vision was to have something in every city every month. All right. To have a day, an access point, a something in every city every month. And the green light for that is not just on, it's glaringly on. So we want to have at least 3 days in September. So probably Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, to kick things off. And the format of those days, we're still working it out, but it'll be education, marketing, how can we sell this stuff? What's the new stuff and how can we package it? Access to me, access to tech, and everybody like that. Michael, I might get you to actually lead the chapter there so that you can run it. I'll come into the chapter piece in just a second. So yeah, every city, every month. There's a concept that they've got called Discovery Days, which they've only done 2 of, which are designed to bring new agencies in, new clients, new customers. And I talked to Michael about this on the call. When I first popped on, and I think Sarah had just posted in the group, it really feels like HighLevel's going big after the end customer, the end user. And what does that mean for us as an agency, right? And there's a lot behind that, and I'll see if I can wrap it up in a way that makes sense for us all. It's not 100% correct. It's not 100% correct. I did mention last time I was on the call that Robin had said, we operate like Costco, where we actually provide to the wholesalers, really, genuinely, who else needs to buy pallet load of lemon iced tea. But we operate to the wholesalers and let the retailers then go out and sell it, which is the agency model. But they have got a heck ton of money to spend and they're just plastering social media. So you're seeing ads everywhere, right? Are you guys like, you're seeing all the high level ads? Yeah. The other thing is you're getting retargeted like crazy. And I did ask their marketing team about that. I was like, why is my feed just, I'm already in? He's like, we've split tested it. We've run millions of dollars of ads and blah, blah, blah. We do not remove audiences out. So we are all seeing those ads. We are being
Awesome
retargeted
ads.
like crazy.
They're really good. Whoever
Yeah.
the marketing team has done a brilliant job.
So did you know that they're all of the ads that are pushed out are also available in the high level university? Did you guys know that there is all of the ads that go out via socials are also available as a white label version for you guys to use? Did you know that,
Hello?
Tim?
Oh,
As well as their weekly new feature posts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
use
I
those
was
I use those and just change the background color and just get the slides that are relevant to us, and then I just put them in our community.
well, that's cool.
What's that, Toolie?
So if you go into the university, you can go into the white label resources, and each week they have, there's obviously all the videos that Walt's talking about, but if you go in, you can also get the new features for the week. Um, so for instance, let me just bring this up and I'll just show you how I structure it, and everyone can be different. Where are we? I'll share my screen. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. So share screen. Sorry to cut you off, Walt. I'll just show.
No, you're good, man.
What.
I'm glad you did.
So yeah, that you can go in and you can just I just grab the slides that are relevant to us and what we're going to adopt and what we're not, or what we're going to change. And like obviously we've just got our own hero image, new features for the week. And then these here are the slides straight from them. And we just change the background color to be a little bit more on our branding. And we just do a weekly post inside of our Facebook group of here's the new weekly features. And then we just, same as what High Level do, we just pin it to the,
So good.
pin it to the top.
So simple, man. I love it.
Yeah, and then we
That's a
put it
really
in,
good
inside
one.
of our community as well. But then this is like our public facing group that we run. And then inside of our community, I then break down each feature to what they all do inside of the iframed community that we've got in the platform.
Is that still using Facebook or is that using School or Collab?
This one,
No, the other one.
this is no. I just use the what's the name's the native one, the Go Collab.
Yeah, cool.
And do it as a custom menu link, and then it iframes and opens up inside of our platform.
Yeah, I do the same, but my group's pretty much dead in there. I'm just not interacting with it enough.
So I was actually talking to Walt about this, and we do not do any SMS or email out to any of our client base. If they want to talk to us, it's in the community.
Oh, that's cool.
So they have to go in there to get info. We have, and I don't know if you've played around with it, but we've got Marketers Toolkit where you can do the pop-up announcements. We do a pop-up announcement when we do like a really post that you should check out inside of the community. And then it's like, hey, here's a little bit of info about it. Jump in, click the community button to learn more about the new feature or about this training or about this change that you need to know about XYZ, and always driving people to community.
Michael, with
Awesome.
regards to the university, which tab do you find this in? Like the white label ones?
Hold on. Hold, please.
Hold, please, caller. The call is important to us.
So I've got it up here. So in the
The learning.
communities, go learning, and then
Yeah.
white label resources.
Okay, yes.
And then if you click on that,
Yeah.
that'll have all the videos and everything that Walt was talking about. Excuse all my tabs that are open.
Yeah, white label videos and white label
Yeah,
posts
so
also.
you'll see all those, and then you'll see the white label posts as well. So
Yeah.
I've probably gone too far with it anyway. But so white label resources back. Here we are.
Awesome. Yeah,
White
thank
label
you.
posts. And then you can just click on it and then you can bring it into Canva and we just change the background color and just grab the slides that are relevant for us.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Sorry.
No,
Thanks,
you're
man.
good, bro.
That was
That's
awesome.
so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect segue off Walt. All right, well,
No,
back to you.
that's brilliant. Guys, who knew that? Who knew that like all of the ads and the everything was in university? Shakes of the head.
No.
No, I've been
I was-
I've been copying the ads down, just using a tool to grab them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I
Yep.
didn't know it was there. So magic. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I knew about the ads, but what Michael was showing there was really good because it's, normally you're using something like Extendly or HL Pro Tools or someone like that to kind of have something inside the system to share updates. Whereas, what Michael's talking about there is really powerful because then you've actually got posts in your community that you can actually then on top of get that out in front of people as well.
That's so good. So good. Amazing. And it somehow makes us feel better that, hey, there's this big ad spend going on and this all these ads, but at least I get a benefit. Like at least I get to get all the ads and run them myself and put my own voice on it. And the people that you get clicks on will, be very different from the people that they haven't. So that leads me to my next point actually, which is how are we going to compete and what is the big play here? Like are HighLevel actually coming after the end users and how is that all positioned? And that was really very, very front and center addressed when I sat with Robin and actually in the big 1400 group gathering that I mentioned before. So Robin told a story and basically just highlighted how HighLevel came to be and just focused on agencies. And he said, agencies are our model. Agencies will always be our model. Agencies are our bread and butter. That's where we want to play. And so I gave some insight to Michael, and I've got all this data on the screen, guys, like just so much information now that I've been able to have a look at. So Michael and I were talking before about what's the company value if they sign up an account directly versus a sub account that comes through a HighLevel agency? Because why are we, is there a risk that we're going to lose this? So here's the truth. There's that initial $97. They're not seeing that, obviously, if it goes through the agency. But the data is unbelievably clear. The churn rate for a direct sign up is massive. Massive, right? Because XYZ plumber gets into the system, thinks that he can get it cheaper than an agency. Cool. Signs his 97, gets in there and goes, what the heck? I don't even know how to get this stuff going on. So their churn rate is massive, and the LTV, lifetime value of a client, is so far extended if it's in an agency. It's like 18 to 1 in terms of the value of the client to a direct sign up. So Robin and Sean and Varun, they are agency. But what they do know is that there's money to spend and they're spending it to attract new clients. And I brought Sarah's other question directly to the leadership while I was on the call. So Sarah's question was, how can we as agencies position ourselves, say HighLevel in our ads and not break terms of service and get banned, right? Because Sarah, obviously, all of us, we've built our life on HighLevel and we want to play by the rules, right? There's danger there, there's risk. And so I was sitting with Wesley, who's the chief of the banned legal, like black mark against your name. And I raised this exact question. So the very first thing that he said, and guys, take this as a given, is you can always send it to me and I will send it to Wesley probably until I get my head on straight. Any ads you want to run, you can always ask for a yes or a no before you run it. They will welcome it. Like, can I run this ad? Yes, good, no, bad, right? And they gave me two really clear examples. I was sitting with Wesley and Chase and having this conversation. And they said, the only thing you can't do is make HighLevel look bad, right? So here's the example. Yeah, right, exactly. But here's the example they gave me, and it makes sense when you break it down. So here's the example of a bad ad that's going to get you in trouble. The ad reads, Operating HighLevel as a business owner is hard. You get overwhelmed by all of the buttons and stuff. Call us now and we'll fix it. Bad. Why? Because you've just said HighLevel's hard. And it's, But that same ad, if you run it like this and just go, if you're a HighLevel user and you'd like some help with automations and email marketing, call us, we're specialists. Ding, ding, ding. Right? Such a small shift. But if you run it as not HighLevel's bad without us, but we add on top of what HighLevel already does, go hard. Which is cool and exciting because now if HighLevel is spending all of this cash and trying to generate business signups, there's just way more people that need your help.
Well, Walt, is there a chance that they might create some ads for agencies?
All of those ones in the university, Fred.
No, but I mean like specific, like not like I'm talking about HighLevel, but it's promoting HighLevel, but something that we could put our name on and, without overdubbing it.
Yeah. Let me ask.
Well,
so
just
what
in,
sort of
just in
things
terms of that positioning, and obviously, certainly when HighLevel first came out, you could sort of position it as your own brand. There you go. The whole agency model and white labeling was, I want to call it XYZ CRM. Yeah, it's awesome. But now that HighLevel's getting a bit of brand reputation, both good and bad, as being powerful but complicated, with it outside of ads, are we able to say things like, XYZ CRM powered by HighLevel?
Encouraged, more than encouraged, like endorsed 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. We built our agency on HighLevel because we love it and we're here to help. And yeah, ABC software powered by HighLevel, 100%.
Right.
Yeah. And actually, I had this conversation this morning. I talked with them about the fact that the veil of white labeling is really, really thin, and it's getting thinner because of the fact that they're pushing their brand. Great. The veil of white labeling is true. And guys, we've all been there, right? Where we've done a demo to a client and they've gone, isn't this HighLevel? And you've gone, oh yeah, whatever. Like, I remember doing a demo with Johan, and it was like 2 weeks after we first started working together. And this was a contact of his in a Melbourne marketing agency that we were talking to. And so we're doing the demo, and we had it branded as Comet Suite. And we're doing the demo, going through, and then you can automate your marketing, and then you can do all this stuff, and this is amazing, and these are opportunity boards and blah, even before AI kicked in. And the reception was just a little bit cold, and I was like, I'm normally better than that on a webinar. Like, they didn't really bite. But anyway, so we hung up. Yeah, thanks guys, great, we'll be in touch. Got off the phone. 30 seconds later, Johan's phone rings. And he's sitting next to me. He puts it on speakerphone. He's like, oh, hey guys, what did you think? And this was the question that the client asked. They said, you haven't signed anything with Walt, have you? And he's gone, oh, why? Now, I think he's trying to scam you. That program you just showed us is a program called HighLevel, and you can go and get it yourself. And he's like, I know, I introduced Walt to it. And they're like, oh, cool, all right. Yeah. But that actually showed us like early on from an agency point of view, like, because the veil of white label is getting thinner, sometimes it's a better trust thing to actually do exactly as you said, XYZ software powered by HighLevel, and as Michael said, the difference between HighLevel and Pinnacle is Pinnacle. Ours is IP, knowledge, training. It's purpose built. It's designed for you. It includes me and my expertise and my team doing your thing for you. Like, we've built it on HighLevel, and you should be glad we have, because it's $1 billion agency, but you can go and sign up over there for 97, but you don't get Pinnacle, or you don't get your brand, you don't get XYZ software. So yes, Tim, you can say ABC software powered by HighLevel, which is really cool.
Question, Walt, if I can, mate. And you may not know the answer to this, right? Because you're still in your first week of it. Do you know if that same sort of logic is going to be applied to the marketplace and marketplace apps? Because they used to have this very hard. Yeah,
help me ask that question. Well,
they used to have that very hard line about like your apps need to be white labeled. It can't say that it's got anything to do with HighLevel. But it was also very hard to do because there's some issues in the marketplace where, like, it's not hard for people to figure it out anyway. But it sounds like if they're relaxing that on, powered by HighLevel for CRMs, it would make sense that the marketplace is, you're stressing that more in the marketplace. This is an app for HighLevel as well. But I don't know how that would come across when you're potentially exposing it inside people's white labels and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, great point. So in that example, you could advertise your software, XYZ software powered by HighLevel, and the only brand impact you're having is your own. But if you're in the App Store and you say it loud and proud, there's probably 10,000 agency owners that don't want anybody on the customer front to know that it's white label. Like if you make the choice as an agency owner to say powered by HighLevel or built on HighLevel, however you want to phrase it, that's your choice. Your agency, your choice. You get to stand on it. But if you put it into the App Store and then somebody somewhere around the world, their client downloads it and that client has made the firm decision that we are keeping the veil of the white label very cleanly and clearly in place, that's going to be a problem. So I would imagine that the App Store is going to be very, very tight still because there's thousands of people that run their lives and their businesses on that, and they might not want to let them know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So that would be my thoughts. I can get an official answer, but that would be my thoughts, mate.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. You say it out loud anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, bring it. Boys and girls, I am your direct line to HighLevel. So anything that you need, bring it on through. What are your goals in Australia? To beat New Zealand in the World Cup for a start? No, there's it's just growth down there, Brett, is the real deal. So they've outlined there's 8,616 customers in Australia as of this morning. And they just want to 10x it. They just want to be bigger, be more. We actually, again, from a data point of view, we've got better retention than anywhere else in the world. We've got lower churn. We've got better utilization. So
is that sub accounts, Walt?
Yep.
Do they have any stats on utilization of those sub? Like
they do. It's a massive
it's like saying
spreadsheet.
90,000 partners, worldwide, but I would say that you've got, I think, Kel, we were having this conversation, there might be 3,000 or 4,000 of those that are actually active agencies reselling.
Yeah, no, and you're right. That's the number, right? So they do have that number, Tim. I've got a massive spreadsheet here, dude, that I got given this morning, and I'm looking at it on the other screen. The utilization is probably their biggest push at the moment. And Michael, this is something like when we were talking. Do you know when they release a whole bunch of new features, what do we want as agency owners? Put them in, turned off, please. Let us know what they are, and then let us turn them on. And that's our entire thought pattern, which is utilization for the company. As an agency owner, we're too bloody busy just trying to keep the lights on to learn every new thing that they drop, and we don't want to look like an idiot. So the first thing that we do is switch everything off and then learn it, switch it back on, and slowly. And the whole release cycle is, guys, I know this, it's causing grief, right? It's a struggle keeping up with it. It's a struggle educating the marketplace with it. It's always been. Yeah, so the utilization is down, Tim, and that's kind of part of my mission as well, is to educate. This is the AI Studio. This is how it works. This is why it's good, and this is how you can use it to actually boost your agency and sell it. Because the goal from the company's perspective is to get more people using every feature. Their additional revenue from usage is a massive part of the machine. So they just want to get people learning, unlock more things, and that'll help the growth as well. So yeah. Cool. All right. Sorry, questions. What if HighLevel is the back end and we change the front end? Tara, tell me what you mean.
So similar to what Michael's done with Pinnacle, you might use HighLevel as the back end, but you're actually creating a more user-friendly interface for a specific profession, industry, what have you, for a limited functionality or
beautiful
for a specific
bring on that
purpose.
MCP.
So how are they in relation to us mentioning HighLevel? How are they sitting with that?
you're still very much built on high level, right? If you, and again, it's completely up to you, Tara. However you want to, if you're, and again, this is not an official comment, but if you're building a different front end, I think the veil of white labeledness is thicker, right? Because you don't have that graph dashboard, you don't have the contacts on the left and the opportunities board, and your UI looks different. But then you could and again, it's always going to be up to you how you handle the question, right? So somebody says to you, "Hey, Tara, this seems really similar to HighLevel." Like, how would you answer that?
I would say the back end's powered by HighLevel upfront.
Beautiful.
Because
what
that
a
is the
spectacular
structure
answer.
behind it, the database that charges the functionality. Largely.
100%.
I mean, there might be some additional stuff you add to it, but
yeah.
certainly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's 100% the way to go, right? So imagine if, I mean, we're all geeks here. So does anybody remember Microsoft Access as a database? Yeah, everybody's nodding. All right, cool. Like if you said to somebody, yeah, no, I built it on Microsoft Access. If you said that 15 years ago, you probably would have been gold. Saying it now, you'd be like,
let's say 35 years ago, but yeah.
35 years ago, yeah, exactly. But that would never look bad in anybody's eyes. You built on Microsoft. It's the whole, nobody ever got fired for installing IBM.
Yeah, it's the same with WordPress. I mean, people build stuff on WordPress. So it's
100%. So isn't WordPress free? Yeah, it's like one of the most widely used platforms. We chose to build on it because it's well supported and well, documented, and we wanted to give you the best possible engine that we could. I think, Tara, I think you're in a really safe, straight space.
Just on that, Walt, then, and I'm probably just sort of echoing Tara's comment, and you're there to say we built on top of this platform.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier that there's, I guess, the sort of massive churn for direct sales because someone can go, oh, it's powered by HighLevel, super quick Google search and go, oh, it's only $97. Why are you charging $2,000? Is HighLevel, are there any sort of plans or conversations happening at HighLevel around maybe changing that presentation and kind of reducing the sort of base level thing, or?
No.
Okay.
No, there's not. So just like that conversation, Tara saying we built on top of it, or Michael, we built IP systems, processes that make HighLevel what it is. Like if we took the engine out of the Ferrari, the rest is still a Ferrari. There's a lot that the agency adds to HighLevel to make it the value, and no, there's no conversations about increasing that base price so that we keep more of our people. No, there's definitely nothing in chatter about that at all. So I think it's just all about the value we can add on top. Probably that's not the answer you wanted to hear, Tim.
No, that's right. Just curious. It makes no difference either way. It just means we need to position differently. Say, hey,
yeah. So, but here's what is cool.
I mean, I've been saying the software is basically free. So, because you can't build something in Claude if you really wanted to, and many people do.
Boom. That's exactly that for me. That's like, what, if you, and again, just everybody's marketing is going to be different, but it's like, yeah, no, we actually give it to you and we do this for you as a part of our service, of our monthly, whatever, however you want to position it. Like, you got to make sure that you're covering it off. But, yeah, I think that leads me into a next little bit, and I'm very conscious of time. So 14 minutes to go. Guys, please know, you've heard already, I've got Gary this afternoon. I've spoken to Arlok yesterday. Mate, that was so good to catch up with you. I've hung out with Kelvin a little bit. I've hung out with Sarah. I met up with Michael. I'm meeting Tim tomorrow, Jay tomorrow. Guys, I want to talk. I'm talking to Jarryd every day almost. Guys, I am here now to serve, right? I'm here to serve. So I want you guys to reach me, to hit me up, to ask me stuff. HighLevel has tasked me with being the voice of the customer. So this is, I'm really serious about this. Like, I want whatever you guys need, right? Ask me, find it. If I don't know, I will find that answer and I'll come back to you. And a couple of those answers I wanted to deliver back. So one of the questions, so again, Sarah hit me up last week or week before. And she asked me about that whole how do we compete thing. And hopefully that answers. If you guys position yourselves as, we love HighLevel. HighLevel's the best thing ever. If we can help you with HighLevel, like that's a great way to angle it. And if there's the next piece was about the chapters and about how you can actually be part of this. And there was a whole conversation about the certified admins. All right. So who's interested in running a chapter, by the way? Just purely show of hands. Josimara, Alok, yeah, of course. Tim, Brett, all right. Samantha, amazing. Cool, cool, cool. Jarryd, yep, amazing, cool. Fred, Jay, wow, cool. Spectacular. You guys are going to make my job so easy. This is
See, your charter's done, mate. All done in this
done,
one
brother.
call. I just sign it off. Send away the agreements. We're off.
Get it started. Roll it out.
We'll end the call there. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody. See ya. We're done.
I'm just drawing up an invoice for you with that one.
Yeah, nice, bro. Absolutely. Send it on through.
We all are.
So yeah, right. I'll get them on bulk. I'll just put a staple in the top corner. So here's the gig. Here's the gig. Michael, to your comment, and I hope you don't mind if I quote you. Michael said, I trained 2 people on the certified admin program. A week later, it's out of date. I'm not going to train a 3rd one. And Arlock, I'll dovetail in your comment there as well. I've spoken to certified admins and their workflows are a mess. Certified admin is not a guarantee of knowledge. Correct. Big tick. Absolutely no argument from me. However, it's the only starting point they have. And they want to make sure that that's a hoop to jump through to make sure that there's a bit of serious traction behind. So one of the things that I've taken up, and I'm the new kid on the block, so I took all of this on my first day to leadership and I was like, guys, the certified admin program with the chapter thing is causing friction. We need to solve it. And I planted my flag and I said, I want to see a certified agency, not a certified admin, right? So what's a certified agency? Somebody that's got a certified admin working for them, blah, blah, blah. I did get pushback. And they said, and here's the reason why they gave me pushback. And this came directly from the team. They said, that's a great idea, but it doesn't exist yet. What does exist is the certified admin program, right? So here's the reality. We could pause, roll out the certified agency program, which in this beast of an ecosystem is going to take some time and, do all that kind of stuff. And then we could go blah, blah, blah. Or we could just start with what we've got, get people as a certified admin and move down that path. I've gone, okay, cool. I did battle it for about half an hour. And then I went, how far do I want to push this on my first day? I'll come back to it.
I'm disappointed, Walt. I'm very disappointed, mate.
I had to withdraw the barbs a little bit earlier than I wanted to. But the point was right. But here was what was interesting was they actually are very interested in the HubSpot Salesforce model, where the agencies, and again, this comes down to the white label veil getting thinner, where the agencies are listed as certified partners, right? They're very interested in that model. You can find a Salesforce certified partner to go and do your $150,000 email marketing setup via Salesforce. And the certified partner program is live and worldwide and very, very pushed by Salesforce, by HubSpot, etc. This is definitely something that will be coming, the certified partner program. Along with that, as part of the churn reduction, and this is a conversation that happened, along with the churn reduction is there's lots of little flags for an account that's going to churn, right? They haven't logged in for more than 10 days. They're only using 2 modules, whatever it is. Like there's tick, oh my God, tick, 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 tick. That's a churn. Like I don't even need to get them to send the cancellation. I may as well put it through now. I know that account's going to churn out. And they've got all of that stuff. So what the conversation was, and again, this doesn't exist yet, but I just want you guys to know that it's being discussed, is they want to send those people to a certified partner and say, hey, I notice you're having trouble. Here's 15 certified partners that live within driving distance of you. Here's how they work and what they do and what they're good at. Can we organize a connection? They want to send business to the agencies that are backing HighLevel and approving it. All right. This is the best news that I heard while I was over there. This is the best news that I heard while I was over there. This makes the spend on social media and the direct marketing stuff that we're suddenly looking at every day freaking awesome. Bring it in, baby. Top up that funnel. let them come in and let me be listed right there next to them going, here when you need me, right? This is something that they're really serious about. So the Certified Partner Program is on their radar. It does not exist today, but the chapter program is something that they are really serious about. And the certified admin is the front door. Sucks. Got to go through the training. Who was I talking to yesterday in New Zealand? Emily. She started it at midday at 9 p.m. last night. She messaged me and said, I'm 70% of the way through. I'll get it done by the weekend. I'm like, damn. All right, sweet. All right, that's impressive. Look, it's a cost. It's going to cost you $1,000 a year to be a certified admin. But if you want to lead a chapter, you need to be a certified admin. Now, the chapter side of things, again, just really focus on this for a second. The chapter side of things is very much where they're pushing because it increases our community. And Jarryd, do you remember when you and I spoke as soon as I got the role, I said to you, what's this about for you? And you said, this is a community. This is where we all hang out. These are friends. This is the support group. This is the people that make my desk job looking at a screen all the time somehow bearable because I get to just connect with real people. That's the chapter program in real life, right? So the chapters, they want the chapters to be pitch free. You cannot pitch as a chapter leader, right? Big no. You can't pitch. So you can't stand up the front and go, hey everyone, welcome to the Melbourne chapter of HighLevel. My name's XYZ. I run ABC Agency and I can help you with all of your blah, blah, blah high level stuff. Bad. But what you can do is just stand up, connect that community. And then when everybody's packing down and had their coffee and pizzas and whatever, and they come up to you and go, hey, do you know this stuff? And you can go, yeah, really well. Can you help me? Absolutely. Right. They're looking for the community leaders, the chapter leaders, to be servant driven, right? To be service driven, to want to serve, to want to teach, to want to connect, and by that connection and public awareness, bring business into their own life. Does that make sense? That's what they want the chapter program to be about. They want it to be micro communities all around the world that are sharing clients, sharing wins. You know, they're doing this on purpose in a physical location, right? I said, okay, cool. How do they fund it? Because you need a venue and all that stuff. And again, here it comes back. They can get a sponsor. And the sponsor can have a 30-second speed pitch on stage or something like that. Interesting. So there's a little bit of that window of opportunity. But maybe the Gold Coast chapter of the HighLevel community could be sponsored by XYZ accountants who are putting $2,000 a month to have their name up and come and speak once a month. Okay, cool. Whatever it looks like. I don't know. But you can get a sponsor for your chapter. Okay. I was like, well, yeah, how are they going to pay for food and drinks? Food and drinks are not part of running a chapter. I can only talk about personal experience. Sarah put on a first meet down at a restaurant in Burleigh here on the Gold Coast. It was a very informal thing. There was 20 of us turned up and we all ordered our drinks from the bar. We all ordered food off the menu and we sat around a big table and talked about HighLevel and life and stuff. And it wasn't a chapter thing, but that's what it is. So anybody that's a chapter leader, we don't want you guys to be out of pocket. We just want you to be present and visible. And, there's a lot of love being put in there. I'm going to be launching the chapter meetups quickly. Myself, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Gold Coast, whatever. You'll see it August, September. And I want you guys to take them over, right? If you've got a certified admin and you're not one, they have to put their name as the chapter leader and you can be the guest, right? But the chapter is named as the certified admin. And if you want a chapter, you're going to have to jump through that hoop. That's the clear thing. Let me just fly through these last things in 2 minutes. Just make sure I've covered everything. All right. So certified admins, you can be the chapter leader and the owner of the agency can be a guest. The certified agency, I've talked about that. They're going down a certified partner path. Right, cool. So talked about the premises, the sponsors, massive amount of work that's already been done as they're taking Australia seriously. Very quick question. There's a lot of communication about messaging in the app. Gary, this is talking directly to you, and Gary's off camera right now, so like you can chime in anytime, Gary. A lot of communication about messaging in the app. SMSs are too expensive. WhatsApp's getting a push. I'd love to know from you guys, like how is SMS, how is that impacting you? Because there's a lot of conversation about that in Australia and how that's going to roll out. So please connect with me and chat to me about that. The legals about advertising, I've talked about that. And the last one there was, in the same way as the white label resources in the university, who knew that there's also such a thing as the unendorsed affiliate with HighLevel? Do you guys know that? Some shakes, some nods. An endorsed affiliate. Some shakes, some nods. Okay. This is something that I did not know existed. If I did, I would have been putting my hand out for some cash while I did some videos. If you are a content creator, if you are a community driver, if you're an advertiser, if you're getting some affiliate signups and you're pushing hard for it, you can actually go, hey, HighLevel, chuck me a bit of cash to help me fund my ads, right? Or, hey, HighLevel, I'm going to run an event next week and I'd really love your endorsement. And they can very easily write you a check and go, cool, well, here's some help. Put up a banner and make sure we're present. All that kind of stuff. So there's an endorsed affiliate program where they'll actually kick money in to help you with HighLevel signups. And that's just something that I didn't know existed. So hopefully that's very cool for you guys as well. That is all the notes I've got. It's also all the time I've got, but open floor.
Mate, awesome stuff. Josie Mara was asking a question in there. Do you know if HighLevel has open times for chapter leaders, interviews, Australia time friendly?
They do. They absolutely do. You're going to have to get up a bit early. Like it's going to be 6:37 a.m. If you can't get a spot, Josie Mara, just ping me and I'll get you a spot.
Angie's on here, already a certified admin. Do we just reach out to you, Walt?
Yep.
Obviously,
absolutely.
Easy. Tara's got, can we have more than one person run a chapter?
No one chapter leader, but you can have as many people turn up on the day as you like.
Brett, do you feel like that answer, your question's answered, mate, or do you want me to bring that one up? The goal of the chapter.
Yeah, I'm still curious.
Yep. So basically what Brett's asking there, mate, is what's the actual goal of the chapter? What's the
like retention?
Yep.
Like flat, that's the goal. They've seen how much communities help the agency owners and how well we support. Like you guys have referred business just in this like 12, 14 videos that are on this panel. There's been referred business in this space. I don't deal with this kind of client. They might be better for you, all that kind of stuff. If you're part of a community, you're not operating solo. Their goal of the chapter is just to create that that community kind of center. And of course, that just helps HighLevel. The more people love it and a part of it, then the longer they stay with it.
Got another one from Tara as well, mate. I think she's asking if it's possible for HighLevel to provide T's and C templates for agencies.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, I think so. Let me find out.
And that's all the questions that we've got there, I believe.
My only other one was a feature question, but we can probably pick that up another time.
Happy to. Tim, do you want to bounce that with me when we catch up one-on-one?
Yeah, it was just like I know, because you look at this sort of ideas board and there's about 1,000 different cooks in there going, I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that, I'd like to do something else, right? And you see CRM as a core is like, I've got a glorified spreadsheet, and then I've got a bunch of stuff that kind of works off the back of that spreadsheet, right? Which is the automation side of things. But I think historically this has been a thing that's probably almost limited HighLevel in some ways, that they've got, well, here's a cool feature, we'll introduce that. Here's another one, let's do that. Here's another one, let's do that. Here's another one, let's do that, right? Maybe without maturing some of the sort of core functionality in the past, right? Which is a thing that affects software companies in general, right? So the whole feature creep. We all experience it as well as agencies in our own way.
Did we
really extra thing, right? I'll make an extra $3 per client, right? My question is, do you have any sort of visibility onto what are the kind of major functionality bundles that they might be kind of looking to introduce over the next 12 months?
I don't have a really honest answer for that, mate. Let me just message Gary Caps and let him know that I'm running late for my meeting. Hey, Gaz, I'm running late for my meeting, mate. Is that okay? Cool. Awesome. Thanks, brother. I don't have an honest answer, Tim. But what I do know is that what was spoken about at the team meeting by Sean, he said that the skateboard model, which you guys have probably heard a million times, right? Which is exactly what you're referencing, Tim. It's just like new thing, not properly come together and all that kind of stuff. As much as HighLevel has been known from that, Sean has banned himself from talking about skateboards at all anymore because of exactly that. They are wanting to mature the features. Another thing was I sat with a guy named Sean Kim, who's directly under Varun and is head of product development. And I had dinner with him. And my question to him was this: do we 100% run our development from the ideas board, or is there a priority channel somehow, somewhere, that's getting more attention than the ideas board? All right, important question. And he said, there's 100% a priority channel. And he followed that up very quickly by saying, and I need to know what the priorities are in Australia. All right. So guys, I need to know, not just, hey, it'd be great if custom values actually worked. No, I need to know from you, this is stopping me moving ahead because I can't operate like this in Australia. In Australia, I need it to do this. Guys, please, please, please come to me and tell me.
Is Mandy here? Mandy's not here. Mandy is there. Mandy, you want to pipe up with about GST on invoicing?
Yes, please. Or actually book in with
sovereignty and GST and invoicing.
Yes.
I mean, those are legislative compliance.
Please, Mandy.
So if we're not, there's parts of the function that are pretty core to take money. Is a pretty
local servers as well.
Being in Aussie dollars.
Say that again.
All those additional usage charges and so forth being in Aussie dollars, not US dollars.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. That is 100% coming. I'm going to delete that. Just put the wrong link in there.
Local servers data stays in Australia. That's the big one.
That's being released in before Level Up. So the data servers, the data residency. Michael Dooley, thanks, man. Appreciate you. So please, guys, and again, you can email me, you can book on my calendar, you can send me a text message, whatever it is. We need to be able to go back. They've invested heavily in this market, and the time is now. I need you guys to tell me, GST on invoices absolutely sucks. We need rebilling with our Australian prices. This stuff, I don't care if 25 people tell me the same thing in the next 24 hours. Tell me. This is what I need to go back to them with. This is what they're asking me for.
GST on invoicing is a massive pain in the ass. I know I went through hoops trying to work with a bunch of people in the back end of HighLevel.
Yeah.
And it just got too hard.
It's a thing that pretty much every CRM I've worked with over the last 12 years has struggled to do. This is how we do it in the US. We don't really give a shit.
Yeah, and my understanding was it was an issue
not working properly.
My understanding was it was an issue once the payment's done on the HighLevel side. There's information that it can't transfer through to Stripe, and then it's missing the GST, which is frustrating because then you've got something set up on a sub without GST. That becomes a problem. So then you've got to cancel it. So as an example, I don't even use the checkouts on Stripe. If someone's keen on a product now, I just send them a Stripe link and get it done that way.
Yep.
So functionality wise, it's not even being used by that, even though we've got pretty landing pages and funnels that take people through that process.
And that's specifically because of the GST on the invoices.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the first thing people pick up, especially like the bookkeeper or someone like that. They're like, hey, GST hasn't been applied to this.
First thing dealing with any serious business is they're going to go, your GST is wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Good. Great. And again, guys, send it. Walt, fix this. Walt, fix that.
Walt, fix this.
Yeah, absolutely. Tara, I've noted your comment. I'll come back to you. So Tara asked me, knowing these churn flags would be really important. Can we get that somehow? That's a really great thing to us for as well. Cool, Jarryd. I've run over time.
All good, man. Let's wrap up this call.